to God. I pray not to one man, for God is not one man. God is men. God is women. God is children. God is everywhere. In the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and the very earth we walk upon. I pray to all of this, to all of you, when I pray to God. I pray for myself. I pray that for the short time I am on this earth, I make a positive difference in this strange, frustrating, but still beautiful world I wake up in every day. I pray that my thoughts, words and actions do as little harm as possible. I pray that whatever fate befalls me, destiny or doom, is fair and just. I pray for my loved ones, for my friends and family, both near to me and distant. I pray for their good fortune and for their peace of mind, for their fate affects me as mine does them. I pray for the world, everything and everyone within it, for we all affect and injure, harm and revitalise ourselves in ways so subtle we do not even recognise them. I pray for the children, that we may learn the lessons and build upon the achievements of all those who went before. And I pray that what the children learn is developed and built on by all those yet to come. I pray to them. I pray to you when I pray to God. I'm from up north in a little place called Aberdeen, and this is a little poem about Aberdeen. It goes like this. In years to come, there will be some who tell exciting stories of wonders that could strike you dumb, fantastic football glories. They'll breathe a sigh for times gone by, their drink-fueled tales will carry their blisters to where spirits lie, a place called Old Pittodrie. In Aberdeen, cold, harsh and mean, Pittodrie was its centre. The stadium that stood had been a playground for adventure. From granite streets that gathered fleets of fans, it was an army that came to watch the wondrous feats of football at Pittodrie. Their jeering rants and rhyming chants, to hear them was pure magic. Opponents came and wet them bats as fans became ecstatic. But when the players lost their way, the fans would vent their fury. The angry, ugly things they'd say would echo round Pittodrie. The team were dressed in white and red, the colours of the city, and on the pitch they fought and bled with neither fear nor pity. The team took more than 40 years to win a major trophy. Success and failure, hopes and dreams, they all embraced Pittodrie. With Joey Harper chasing goals, or Xander Diamond posing dangers, the team would relish making fools of Celtic, Hearts or Rangers. And Tommy Pearson and Ian Jeskett chasing all the glory. The homegrown players were the best, the greats of old Pittodrie. The coaches who have managed teams, McLeod, McNeil and Turnbull, they brought to life fans' hopes and dreams, brought trophies by the armful. But none can match the winning ways of he who's known as Fergie. The memories of his glory days still linger at Pittodrie. But all this happened long ago, yet still it's often mentioned. The heroes all supporters know, immortalised in legend. And on the coast you still can see the heroes in our story, courageous spirits standing free, the ghosts of old Pittodrie. The London-based port now. Memories and dreams of Soho, London's centre, full of colours. Once a place of violent protest, rioters streaming through the markets, now a den of dreamy angels, fancy-free, inventing wonder. Their illusions make me wonder at the teeming streets of Soho, full of ravers, punks and angels, startling me with swinging colours. Traders line the many markets, charming all, and none will protest. Those who do will find such protest can't outdo the charm and wonder found throughout the streets and markets, nightclubs, bars and shops in Soho. all religious faiths and colours, images of gods and angels, movie stars, made up like angels, history of trouble, protest, riots, racism, violent colours, dyed in hate, all make us wonder how the people live in Soho, walk among its streets and markets, live within its streets and markets, work their lives away like angels, these inhabitants of Soho, all aware of recent protest, knowing it's a common wonder. Cultures of so many colours, Chinese, Jewish, Eastern colours, sell their wares across the markets, living now in hope and wonder for their dead ancestral angels, for a future without protest running through the streets of Soho. A cacophony of colours, markets, angels, protesters create a sense of wonder in us, savouring memories and dreams of Soho. Okay, I'm going to end on a high note. This piece is set in solidarity to all those protesting, and it's called Here's to the Losers. And when I say losers, I don't mean those sad, depressed Tory voters in the by-election. No, I mean these people. They say that history is written by the winners, by the leaders and the high-achieving. That's what the record books would have us believing. But if you read between the lines, if you look behind the lies, you find that real life, real history is not written by the winners, it is written by the losers. So here's to them. Here's to the lost and the abandoned, to the abused and the neglected, to the people trapped in vicious cycles, to the confused and the addicted. Here's to the powerless and the marginalised, to the clueless and the ignorant, to the ones who are always left behind, to the weak and the incompetent. Here's to the boring, the banal and the utterly tedious, to the jealous, to the miserable, to the bitter and the envious. Here's to those who let life pass them by and regret lost opportunities, to all the middling in-betweens, to all the mediocrities. Here's to those who would gladly save the world if they could, to the naive, the well-meaning and the misunderstood. Here's to the doctors, nurses, teachers, all those who are put upon, who sacrifice for other people only to get shat upon. Here's to the immigrants, the slaves and the underpaid workers, to the families, to the fathers and the overworked mothers. Here's to the homeless, to the starving, to the beggars on their knees, to the has-beens that never were and the never going to be's. Here's to those who are lonely, who are always out of love, to the voices who are never heard and who aren't heard often enough, the ones who are never seen. Not the government, not their enemies, but the ones caught in between. I'm talking about those who have lost everything, the deprived and the unfortunate, the ones who do not understand, the innocent and the illiterate, the people condemned to live their lives and avoid the mentally ill and the unemployed, the people in debt who can't pay back their arrears, the ones who are grieving and can't hold back the tears, all the countless victims of brutality and torture, the young and the destitute left without a future. But I'm telling a lie. Here's the reason why. These people are not losers, these people are survivors. Their endurance should inspire us. So while the winners and their Tories take the credit and the glory, let the survivors have a chance to tell the real story.